Hey vinyl community, it's Michael. Welcome back to Near Wild Heaven. Today's video, well, first of all, what we're playing here is Suzi Quatro, and the song you're hearing is 48 Crash. Great stuff from Suzi. Today's video, let me turn this down. Today's video is going to be 15 Glam Rock albums from my collection. And Glam Rock, for those who don't know, is like a subgenre of rock that existed in the early 70s, and by 75, 76 it started to fade out, and punk was starting to rise up then. But yeah, there was a lot of good stuff that came out during that time. So I'm just going to jump right into it. And first up, this is T-Rex, the Slider. This was their third album as T-Rex. He put out like 3 or 4 other albums under the name of Tyrannosaurus Rex. And then they went electric, and now it's this. But yeah, great stuff. This came out in 1972. Some of the songs on here, great songs on here. Metal Guru is fantastic. Rock On is great. The title song, The Slider, Spaceball Ricochet is also really good. Telegram Sam, great song. All of the stuff is just really, really good. I really enjoyed Mark Bolan and T-Rex. Just great stuff. So there you go for that, T-Rex. And up next, this is David Bowie, Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars, one of his most well-known albums. This got a misprint here with the back covers on upside down. But yeah, this is a classic glam album. Everybody knows this. Anybody into David Bowie, you know this album inside out. And it's just a great album. Moon Age Daydream, Mick Ronson's solo on that is just fantastic. Another one, Lady Stardust, is really good. Hang On to Yourself, Ziggy Stardust, Suffragette City, Rock and Roll Suicide. Great stuff from David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. And once Bowie became, really big, well, he was bigger in England at first with Ziggy, and then maybe small portions of the United States he was kind of popular, especially in Cleveland. But once he became big and popular, he started helping out other artists, and he had heard that Mott the Hoople was going to break up, so he gave them a song. He gave them All the Young Dudes, and actually he offered them 2 different songs, All the Young Dudes, and the other song was Drive-In Saturday, which Bowie did himself on Aladdin Sane. But of course, Mott the Hoople picked All the Young Dudes. I think they made the right choice because it's a fantastic song. It gave them a big hit and brought them out of their doldrums, I guess, that they were planning on breaking up. But once they did that and got the hit, they just continued for another 3 or 4 albums. But this album is so good. It opens with a cover of Lou Reed's Sweet Jane. Mama's Little Jewel is really good. All the Young Dudes, of course. One of the Boys is great. Ready for Love, which was also done by Bad Company, because the song was co-written by Mick Ralphs. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. It's one of my favorite albums from that time period. It's Mott the Hoople and all the young dudes. And another person that Bowie helped out was Lou Reed, and he didn't give him any songs because Lou didn't want to record any one song but his own. But he did help Lou get his first top 10, well, his first and only top 10 hit with Walk on the Wild Side. But yeah, this is a great album. It's a fantastic album. The songs like Vicious, Andy's Chest, Perfect Day, Walk on the Wild Side, Satellite of Love is just fantastic. I saw the Eurythmics one time in the 80s, and they covered that song, Satellite of Love, and they did a really good version of it too. It was really good. But yeah, great stuff from Lou Reed. Transformer, his probably most well-known album. And then with Bowie, you know, being as big as he got, there like Imitators started popping up, and one of those was this guy, David Werner, and an album called Whiz Kid. And this is pretty good. He's like a David Bowie wannabe on this album, but he put out a couple of other albums like in the 80s, and they were more like new wave, a little bit different than what this one is. But yeah, there's some great songs on here. One More Wild Guitar is great. Counting the Ways, Love is Tragic. My favorite song on here is a song called The Ballad of Trixie Silver. It's really, really good. But yeah, if you don't know David Werner, check him out, especially this album. It's a pretty good album. Whiz Kid. David Werner. I almost said David Bowie. So that was the end of like the Bowie connections. So up next we got the New York Dolls, In Too Much Too Soon. I've been playing this a lot lately because of the passing of David Johansen. But yeah, this is great. I actually saw them for this album. It was the summer of '74. It was like a couple weeks after I graduated. And yeah, the opening act though was Kiss. Kiss had just come out, their first album had just come out, and they weren't really that big, and they opened for the New York Dolls. And at the time I liked Kiss. I thought they were pretty good. You know, I was 18 years old. I mean, they were perfect for me at that time, but I grew out of them after a few years. But this album, this is a great album. Stranded in the Jungle is great. Babylon, Who Are the Mystery Girls, There's Gonna Be a Showdown, Puss in Boots, Chatterbox, Don't Start Me Talking. There's great stuff from the New York Dolls. The great cover there, cover shot of the band. But yeah, New York Dolls, Too Much Too Soon. Up next, this is Queen, their first album. This is from 1973. Songs like Keep Yourself Alive, that was the first thing I ever heard by Queen. I thought it was a pretty good album, a pretty good song. They also do Great King Rat, My Fairy King, Modern Times Rock and Roll, Son and Daughter, Seven Seas of Rye. The great debut album from Queen. Really flashy costumes and expert guitar work from Brian May. And up next, this is Roxy Music. This is their first album. Let me give you the full effect here. The Pin-Up Girl. And Brian Ferry does the artwork. He designed all the covers of these, so you can tell where his mind was on these. But yeah, that's a really cool looking photo. And there's the band. I mean, it's really wild looking. But this is so good. This is one of my favorite albums by them. They do songs like Remake, Remodel, Ladytron, Virginia Plain, that's a really good one. What's the other one? Chance Meeting, Would You Believe, Sea Breezes, which was covered by Mike McGear, Paul McCartney's brother, on one of his solo albums. He did a cover version of that song. But yeah, this is great stuff from Roxy Music. The first album from 1972. Just really good stuff. And up next, this is Slade, the Sladest. This is from 1973. It's on the Reprise label. This has a lot of their classic songs, like Get Down and Get With It, Mama, We're All Crazy Now, Come On, Feel the Noise, Goodbye to Jane, My Fred and Stan, Look What You Done. All really good stuff. They're kind of a hard rock, blend of hard rock and pop, but yeah, really good stuff from Slade and Sladest. And up next, this is Left End, Spoiled Rotten. It's a band from Cleveland. This came out in 1974. I've shown this album a lot. It's one of my favorite albums. I used to see this band all the time when I was a teenager. They played at a teen club that was like in the next town over from where I lived. So I was always going to see them. And yeah, there's great stuff on here. Really good hard 70s rock. And they're classified mostly as glam because of the way they dress. You can see like this guy here on the end. He's got the silver lame suit on. And yeah, but pretty good stuff. They got songs on here like Loser, Bad Talking Lady, Spoiled Rotten, Take It in Stride, Every Little Thing. They do a cover of the Beatles song, Every Little Thing. Taking Time is really good. Whiskey and Rye, and It's Over. But great stuff from Left End. Not that well known outside of Northeast Ohio, but there you go, Left End, Spoiled Rotten. And up next, this is Silverhead, 16 and Savaged. This is their second album from 1973. This includes Michael DeBar, it's right there, and this guy here, Nigel Harrison, he went on to be in Blondie. But and I'm sure the other guys in the band went on to do other stuff too. But yeah, this is pretty good. It's got kind of a Rod Stewart and the Faces sound a little bit. The singer Michael DeBar, his voice, he sounds similar to Steve Marriott. So it's got like a Humble Pie Faces type of sound to it. But yeah, it's really good. I enjoy this album a lot. It's songs like Hello New York, More Than Your Mouth Can Hold, Heavy Hammer, Cartoon Princess, This Ain't a Parody. Just great stuff from Silverhead. 70s hard rock in the manner of the Faces and a few other people. But yeah, there you go. Silverhead, 16 and Savaged. And up next, this is The Sweet. featuring Little Willie and Blockbuster. This was their first U.S. album on Bell Records. This came out in 1973. It's got most of their biggest hits on it. There's like Little Willie, Wigwam Band, Hellraiser, Blockbuster, Need a Lot of Lovin', Man from Mecca. Their big hit songs here were written by the team of Chapman Chin, the songwriting team, and they did like there's 5 songs on here by Chapman Chin, and the rest of them are originals by the Sweet. But yeah, pretty good stuff. The stuff that the Sweet wrote, I think, are really, really good. And I guess they were more or less forced to comply with Chapman Chin on the songwriting. But whatever, this is just a great album. If you like hard rock from the 70s, glammy sounding, this is a great album, The Sweet. And up next, this is the Sensational Alex Harvey Band, The Impossible Dream. This is from, I'm guessing about 1974. There's no date on it, but I'm pretty sure it's about 73, 74. But yeah, this is really good. Songs like Hot City Symphony, Man in the Jar, Long Hair Music, Sergeant Fury is good, Weights Made of Lead, and Tomahawk Kid. Great hard rock. Really good stuff from Alex Harvey. It's kind of a theatrical type band. They used some props on stage. Like he had a styrofoam brick wall behind him, and he would like spray paint graffiti on it and stuff, and then by the end of the concert they would like just bust a wall up. But yeah, pretty good stuff from the Sensational Alex Harvey Band. Impossible Dream. And a couple more here. Up next, this is Cockney Rebel. This is from shit, it doesn't say. Oh, okay, in 1973. Yeah, so this was during the height of Bowie's popularity, his glam era, and like I said before, there was a lot of imitators, and I think these guys were trying to emulate that glam sound. But it's pretty good. I really enjoyed this. Songs like Hideaway, What Ruthie Said, Sebastian is really good on this song. Mirror Freak is really good. Chameleon, Death Trip. And the guy, lead singer Steve Harley, he went on to do solo stuff. I mean, Cockney Rebel was around for quite a while, and I'm pretty sure they went through some lineup changes, but the mainstay was Steve Harley, and he also did like some solo stuff later on. And I think he passed away a couple years ago, but yeah, this is a great album. If you like glam rock, this is a pretty good one to check out. Cockney Rebel, their first album. And the last one here, this is a band called Jet. This is from 1975, British band. This has members Andy Ellison, who was he was in a band called Radio Stars. I think that was after this, but he's been around. Andy Ellison has been in a lot of bands. You know, look him up on Discogs and you'll see. But another band member on here, his name is Martin Gordon, playing bass, and he was in Sparks. He was on Kimono My House, the album they did in the 70s, 73, 74. He was on that. So this does have a little bit of a Sparks sound to it. And one other band member on here, Davey O'List, who has also been around a lot. He was in The Nice. He was in an early lineup of Roxy Music and a few other bands. I think he was in The Attack at one time. But yeah, people in this band have a lot of history, you know. But it's a great thing. If you like British glam rock, it's a good album to get. And they do songs like Start Here, Brain Damage, It Would Be Good, Song for Him, Nothing to Do with Us, Tittle Tattle, Facts and Info. All great stuff from Jet from 1975. So there you go. That's this week's video. I hope you all enjoyed that. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're all enjoying great music. Thanks to everyone who subscribed in the last few weeks. And thanks to everyone who leaves comments. I guess that'll do it for this week. And take care, everybody, and we'll see you later.